The Kimber K211 comp, let's check it out. Guys, the 1911 has proven itself as a legendary combat firearm, serving both world wars, serving Korea, Vietnam, and on beyond, even in a lot of special forces units. But the design lacks because it's a single stack magazine. And then came the 2011s and then the double stack 1911s. And guys, this really gives you an up-to-date 1911 with a full round capacity. I mean, this is a large handgun, but it gives you a lot of firepower. Now today we're going to take a look at the Kimber K211. And Kimber has done some things that are outside the box for a lot of the double stack 1911s that are out there. Really have upped the game. Now this is their comped model. So we have a comped bull barrel and slide, lightning cuts. There's a lot of other really cool features. But I've been a big fan of the 2K11 and it brings that Kimber quality that just, the finish, the fit is just over the top. And we want to give a big thank you to Kimber for providing the K211 comped for this review. And guys, while there have been a number of DS 1911s that have hit the market, the Kimber does stand out for a number of different reasons. And we're going to check it out. All right guys, the Kimber K211 comped. According to Kimber, this is their top of the line. They have put all of their different features into this handgun. And one of the things about a 1911 is there is a lot of hand fitting, but when it comes to Kimber, they take pride in really fitting everything properly. Now this is the 5-inch model, which is the full size, but they also offer the Pro model, which is 4¼ inch, more like your Commander size. But the one thing up front is this one does have an integral comp. And this is really a large compensator. And of course, we have the barrel comped as well. We'll take a little bit closer look at it in a second. But let's go ahead and make sure the gun's unloaded. So first we have our 17+1 magazine. These are Checkmate mags. But it comes with 2 additional 20-round magazines. And those magazines just hang off the bottom just a little bit, but it gives you a really large base pad to be able to pull these out, especially for competitive shooters. But it gives you a lot of round capacity. And then we'll check to make sure the gun is unloaded, and it is. And man, it is so smooth. Now that's one of the things I love about the 2011 or double stack 1911 handguns, is they've been finely tuned with the recoil spring, and it makes the slide coming back really smooth. And that's definitely what's going on here. I mean, it is super smooth, super slick. Now that translates to the range. While you're at the range, it's just going to be a smoother cycling handgun. But I really like the 17-rounder because it fits really well, and it does have an integral mag well into Kevlar carbon fiber mix grip shell. Now they do offer their aluminum grip shell as well, with a number of different models, but this actually lightens the weight. Last year at NRA, I was talking to Kimber, and they said they can't keep up with the aluminum grip shells. It just takes a little bit longer to produce. And the Kevlar carbon fiber grips are actually made by MJD Solutions, which is known for really high quality, and this is really an excellent grip shell. The texturing is in panels all the way across, and then it goes toward the mainspring housing and all the way around the front strap. I mean, it has a lot of texturing to it. And then the undercut right under the trigger guard is smooth, just to allow for you to get that finger under there, and it gets a really high ride on the grip. And then that ambi safety It's a little bit enlarged, so it allows you to put your hand, and it just gives you just better recoil management. And again, it is ambi, and then also we have our Commander style hammer. We have a grip safety that has a memory pad here at the bottom, so it's going to allow you to just kind of get and push that in. Sometimes with guys with larger hands, they don't activate the grip safety. And so with the grip safety, it needs to be depressed or the gun won't fire. And that has a holdover from the original 1911 for government regulations. But this one is in the raw stainless. They do also offer a black with a DLC coating, and it's beautiful. And I really like this stainless, and it has a really nice matte finish to it. The slide serrations are proprietary to the 2K11 series, and we do have lightning cuts or slide cuts here at the top. Just lightens a little bit of the weight. And then here again, very easy to grip hold of. And again, that slide to frame fit is so slick. Now we have a 5-inch barrel, and we do have the chamber fluted. Again, it is ported, but it is also a bull barrel, and we have a really deep dish crown. It is a 9mm, and it's fully ramped and polished and hand fitted. Now, one feature about Kimber's 2K11 series is their toolless guide rod. This is really ingenious. It's a full-length guide rod, and then you take and turn it counterclockwise, just push it down and turn it, and it offsets it just enough to where you can break this down extremely easy. And then when you put it back, you just turn it. And that way it sets, instead of the trouble that really comes with full-length guide rods when it comes to the 1911 handguns. And we'll look at it when we break it down, but I did want to just mention it, and it does have serrations right here just to make it even easier. Now, one big improvement over your 1911 or double stack 1911s is the external extractor. This is much more reliable. It's easier to tune. One of the problems with the traditional extractor is it was a long rod and it fit here at the back. And a lot of times they had to be tuned specifically, and they just aren't as reliable as the external extractor. And we're starting to see these come up on a lot of the 1911s because it just gives you better reliability. Now, it does have the adjustable sight like the Target models, and this reminds me of the National Match 1911s, but this is also the cover plate for your optic, and this is a Tag Precision plate as well. It is serrated black at the back, and then we have one of the Tag Precision fiber optic sights, and this is proprietary for the 2K11 as well. And these are designed to withstand a lot of abuse, a lot of rounds. And it does come with additional fiber optic rods. And the top of the slide is cut, and so it doesn't have that rounded appearance that your standard 1911s have. Really nice Commander style hammer. It does have serrations on the top, so you actually can thumb cock it, which I think is cool. Now, it has the JT trigger, and this is a match grade. It's all aluminum. It has been skeletonized. It's been reduced 3/32 of an inch just to give you a little more comfort and get a full pad right there on the trigger. It's smooth on the front, and you do have a travel adjustment screw right here. Very little take up to a wall, and then a very crisp, nice break. And reset right there. Very fast reset. One of the things about a 1911, because it is single action, is they can fine tune these triggers to be the best triggers on the market, hands down. And this is an exceptional trigger. Trigger pull weight with our Lyman trigger gauge from Brownells. 2 pounds, 8.7 ounces. 2 pounds, 12.3 ounces. Man, it is a sweet trigger. But one of the things about 1911s, even though with that low trigger pull, is because you have to have that grip safety depressed, it really allows for it to be a very safe handgun, even when you're carrying it cocked and locked. Here, of course, we've got it on safe. If the safety gets hit, you still have that grip safety, and you have to have it fully engaged. Man, that's nice. 3-slot Picatinny rail on a stainless steel subframe. Again, that finish is just beautiful. And then we have, again, our Kevlar carbon fiber grip shell. I mean, it just locks in. Now, this is the very first 2K11. It does have the aluminum grip shell, and guys, I love it. I mean, it's really very comfortable. The checkering is extremely well done, and really it doesn't add but about an ounce difference in the weight. And then we have, of course, an integral mag well. This one does come with the 20-round magazines up front. I like that they're offering the 17 rounders just for that flush fit, But again, these for the range are just excellent. Also, it has just a standard sight at the back that's attached to the cover plate. And we do have the Tag Precision fiber lock sights, but they're just a little bit different. They're dovetailed in. But all the slide serrations are the same. Obviously, this one has the slide or lightning cuts, and it also has the comp. So that does make a difference, and that rear sight is just top notch, especially with this kind of sight radius. Now, obviously, if you're going to put a red dot on there, it doesn't matter quite as much. But they still have the external extractor and a lot of other features. I'm going to tell you guys, this has been just one of those handgun series, that 2K11. It's just super smooth. It's just extremely well done. And these are made down in Troy, Alabama. And I've been to the factory, and it's just state of the art. Now, it does come with the Tag Precision RMR adapter, and that just comes with the handgun. You'll notice this little groove here. It fits down into the frame, and it's very low rod. And then it has additional cover plate screws and screws for mounting your adapter plate. And you get this really cool tool. Now with the front sight, you get additional fiber optic rods, including black, and then also your fiber lock screw, and this really just holds in your fiber optic sight. And you have a small Allen key. Weight on the 2K11 comp, 39 ounces. Weight on the original 2K11 with the aluminum grip chassis, 39.93 ounces. It weighs less than an ounce difference. Now guys, as far as the effectiveness of the comp, we're going to take it out to the range. We're also going to shoot it alongside the original 2K11 that's unported, and we're just going to see what difference we get and just see how much recoil that it mitigates. Big thank you to Fiocchi for sponsoring our ammo, all made in the USA, one of the biggest suppliers of ammunition in the country. Also, we really appreciate Lula Loaders.
All right, guys, we have the Kimber K211, and this is the comped model. Very generous comp, and we've already been shooting it quite a bit, and guys, it is highly effective. It's large, it's in charge, you have a bull barrel, gives it a little weight toward the end as well. Slide cuts also help, but one thing about it is this smooth slide to frame fit, and it just glides. 417 plus 1 in the magazine. I mean, it is just super freaking smooth. Now, one of the things about it I wanted to really show is the comp. And so I brought out the Springfield Armory, and this is the Prodigy, and it's all steel in 9mm. My 2K11, which I was gonna bring out, I forgot it was in 45. So we're just gonna take a few rounds just to get a comparison. There's definitely a huge difference. You can feel the slide kind of coming back. I mean, this is a smooth shooting handgun, and if you're not a big fan of comps, the regular models, even from Kimber, are just excellent to shoot. But the comp just gives you that extra. It just stays right on target, especially for competitive shooters. You can move from target to target even quicker. There's less time to get back on target. But the other thing about the 2K11, especially with the comp, is it can be very fast. And with this trigger, it makes it super fast to shoot. And you have so many rounds, you lose count. Guys, the 2011s, I love them. And there's a lot of really good choices out there, but I think Kimber's really taken this a step above, especially with some of the internals that they're using. The grip is really aggressive, and yet it's soft to the touch, and it just wraps around. Has a really good feel to it. Overall, this is just an excellent handgun. You put an optic on here, and you're ready to go.
All right, guys, as far as disassembly, let's go ahead and drop our magazine, check the chamber, make sure the gun is empty. Now, first thing we want to do is bring back into slide stop, and then take that toolless guide rod, and again, push it in and just turn it. And once it's turned, you can drop your slide stop and line it up with a little notch in the slide right there, and then we're going to push from the other side. Now, one of the things about your 2011 style handguns is the grip module is a little bit thicker, so sometimes it takes a little bit more to pull out that slide stop. And then just go ahead and release the slide. I mean, that is so easy. Now we're going to lift our barrel link, put our barrel all the way back, and then just pull out that guide rod. There we go. It just comes out, takes a little bit of finagling, but you can see the housing that fits right into the dust cover. An extremely well done system. I love this. And again, it just offsets that just to give you a little bit of length to be able to compress it down. Next, we're going to take out our barrel. Again, drop that barrel link and we're going to pull it out. Really nice bull barrel. I love that deep dish crown. And then here you can see the port. I mean, that is a very generous port. And we haven't taken this out to the range yet. You can see that it's still clean. But man, I'm really looking forward to it. And then this has been chamfered down for the port itself. It's just well finished. It's one of the things that Kimber does extremely well, just like their finishes. I mean, they're beautiful. But all the little details have really been taken care of. And these are, again, each of the parts, the slide stop, the safeties, the trigger, the barrel, everything has been hand fitted. And then here we do have a ramped barrel, and that's really important, especially for 9mm, and it is really nicely polished. And we have the fluting on the chamber. The interior of the frame, very well done, and again we have that geometry that actually brings this in and allows that magazine to fit extremely well into the grip. And so that also protects your extractor and your slide stop. And the interior of the slide is extremely well done. Now for reassembly, we're going to drop our barrel link down, put it through the front of the barrel, and then we're going to bring that barrel link up, bring in your guide rod. It only goes in one way, and go ahead and get it all the way to the top. Next, we're going to take our guide rod and we're going to push from the back, and we're just going to turn it. And you can see it turn, push down, and then turn. And that brings it right up there to the barrel link. Then we're going to put our slide back over our frame. Next, we're going to go ahead and put in our slide stop as soon as we see our barrel link. Just like that. Now lift up your slide stop because you don't want to scratch anything. And then we're going to bring back our slide and we're going to line up right there at that little cut. And that's what allows us to get this back in there. And then just take it, push it down, and we're locked in. And we're back in business. Otis makes some of the best cleaning equipment out there. They make a number of different kits that are dedicated for different rifles, pistols. They also have Shooter's Choice, which makes excellent CLP and bore solvent and different cleaning materials. The ripcord is one of their signatures, and there's a whole system based around it. They are suppliers to the U.S. military. So check out Otis Technologies, highly recommended, and we want to thank Otis for being a sponsor of the channel. Well guys, it comes with a standard Kimber outer box, and then inside we have a gun case. We use these bags for range time. I love this bag. It's very well done. We have pulls, we open it up, you have your handgun, but it actually fits into this little sleeve, and we have one at the other side. So you could actually put 3 handguns in here without any problem, full-size handguns. Then we have an area for your magazines, and you have 5 slots. This is also padded as well. And then here at the front, we have our tag replacement for the fiber optic, and we have our adapter plate, and all that can be just tucked away to be used whenever you need to. But this is a very usable bag. I really like it. Guys, MSRP is $23.45, and that is with the stainless steel version. If you get the DLC coated black, it's a little bit more. With the original 2K11, it is $22.45, so there's a $100 difference and really toward the comp. But you're getting a lot of extra features, but you are getting the polymer grip shell, which honestly, I really like this for everyday use. So what are some pros and cons? Well, the fit and finish are over the top, and just the finish on the exterior. I mean, the matte finish is extremely well done. It just has a beautiful just sheen to it, and yet it's just really toned down. I love the grip shell, very textured, Right here with a little bit of this grip, this relieved, it just allows you to get your hand up closer. The trigger is excellent. The GT trigger is an honest to goodness match grade trigger. Of course, you got your standard ambi safeties, your grip safety, the hammer. The sight is excellent. I love the adjustable sight, and with this kind of sight radius, if you're using irons, it's just going to give you a lot more ease in really putting those groups together. Of course, it's built in to the plate, so once you take it off, you lose your sight. So I would give that a little bit of a ding because I really like to have that backup sight, but putting a nice RMR on here or any quality sight, you're going to be fine. And then, of course, that tag front fiber optic sight's excellent. The port is just top notch. Obviously, I haven't shot this one yet, so we're going to be giving a full report on it, but compensators have become a big deal, and it really does allow you to shoot much flatter, has more control over the firearm with recoil, and so it's definitely something that a lot of my guns are comped. Now, I know a lot of guys really don't like the comp, but there are other options if you don't like it, obviously. Even with the slide serrations, which are extremely well done, I mean, it just makes it a beautiful handgun, and we have our 3-slot Picatinny rail. Another big plus is the external extractor and the way they have designed the interior of the mag well to allow those mags to fit just even closer to protect a lot of the parts that are inside. And that toolless guide rod is just the bomb. I love that. It's such a pain with certain guns to be able to put a pin through and hold it together, or actually take an Allen wrench and unscrew it. This is just so much easier, and again, it is toolless. Also, it comes with that 17-round magazine plus the 2 additional 20-round magazines. And the case is just a big bonus. I love it. I mean, when it comes to your 2011 pistols, there's not really any cons. This is an excellent handgun. It's extremely well made, and this would match up with any 2011 style handgun on the market or double stack 1911. And so while the price can be prohibitive, because a lot of times these pistols, again, hand fitting and all the parts that go into it, man, this is a great experience. There's a lot of budget-friendly 2011 style handguns or double stack 1911s, and they cut corners because that just is part of the price cut. But if you really want something that's going to just perform extremely well at the range, the 2K11s is going to be top-notch. And obviously, these are still going to be available with the standard model without the comp, and again, they do have the pro models. This one is in 45 ACP, and so that really for 2011 was really different because most are made in 9mm. But they do have, again, the pro models, which give you a little less barrel length, and you have the Kevlar carbon fiber mix grip shell, or you can go with the aluminum on their standard models. So a lot of choices, which is typical for Kimber. So guys, again, the double stack 1911, it just brings that traditional tried and true design to modern standards. And with that 17+1 or 20+1, it gives you a lot of firepower, and yet it gives you all those controls of that 1911 feel to it. And then take Kimber quality and then include the comp, and it really changes the game. Keeps this very flat shooting. Now, if you don't like comps, obviously there are other options as well from Kimber. This is just an excellent double stack 1911. And again, a big thank you to Kimber for sending the 2K11 comp for this review. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. But it comes with an additional 2 19-round magazines. No, 20-round. So we have the chamber fluted, and we also have, no we don't. Well done sight. It has a nice black, it's a well done sight. What the freaking heck. It is serrated, nope. Take your barrel. Okay. And when it comes to, from a gun company, okay. Really nice grab handles, okay. Oh, that just was like, has the witness holes and it has something else down here at the bottom in these, and it's just, you know, it's all that and this and that and this.
This is just an excellent 1911. I mean, this is just an excellent recoil system that is so slick. Hey.